He is still God in the valley. He is still God in the valley. This chapter opens up with a battle. And before we get to verse number 23, we must first lay down some background to let you know how and what has transpired up to that point. So when we go back and we want to highlight very quickly some of the things that were going on. This was a battle between king of Syria, King Ben-Hadad, and of course we know about the other king, King Ahab. And they were going into battle. And the Bible does not tell us what caused this battle. What was the reason behind the battle? That we do not know. But what we do know is there was a battle that was about to take place. And so when we look in the text, the Bible says that in the beginning what had happened was the old king from Syria had won the battle. He had won the first battle. And if you look at verse number 2, he says, and he sent messages to Ahab, the king of Israel, into the city, and said unto him, thus said Ben-Hadad, I want you to give me all of your silver, your gold, your wives, your children. I want you to give all of that. That is mine. We've gone to battle. You've lost. I want what all that you have. And I started thinking about that. The Bible says that the king of Israel answered and said unto him in verse number 3, my Lord, O king, according to thy saying, I am down. That's it. You got it. That's what you want. I've lost this battle. Yes, I'm going to give it to you. I'm going to surrender it to you. There's something about when is enough enough? How much is enough? How long do you have to deal with your enemy? When your enemy and you start making deals with your old enemy, the devil, soon when you understand, when I keep making these backward deals, I'm going to have to answer for something. I'm going to have to give up something. And so the king, Ahab, lost the battle. He got the messenger coming to him from King Hadad saying that your silver, your gold, your wives, your children, I want everything you got. That's what I want. And I'm thinking about a king being proud, understanding, now I just got beaten. I've just lost this battle, and now I've got to give this up because I've lost the battle. Listen, grudgingly, out of disrespect, I'm giving it up. But then the old king was not happy with that. In verse 5 he says, and the messengers came again. Now they already come one time. You know, listen, you ain't got to keep rubbing my nose in it. You ain't got to keep trying to kick me while I'm down. But see, when you go into a battle, when you start making enemies, and when you start making enemies with the devil, and you start living on that borrowed time with sin is going to take away more than what you want to give. And so the Bible says that he sent the messenger the first time to let you know that I won. This is what I want for my victory. I need you to give it to me. The king said, okay, I'm going to give this to you. But that was not enough. I always want to know, when is enough? How much do the devil want when you start making deals? And he don't just want a little bit. He don't want to just take you for that. He wants to rob you of your joy, your spirit, your fight. He wants to take it all. And so the Bible says, and the messenger came again, and he said, thus speaketh Ben-Hadad, saying, although I have sent unto thee, said, that thou should give me your silver, your gold, your wives, and your children, I'm going to send my servants about this time tomorrow. About this time tomorrow. And they shall search the house. They're going to go in the house of this. And they said, whatever they find pleasure in, the Bible says, it is mine. I'm going to take whatever they find pleasure in. I want it all. See, there's something about when you look at this, when we start thinking about this, I realize that we have the Great Commission about going out and saving souls. But my question is, if I I am dealing with some things, if I am struggling with some things, if I am hurting and fighting, I don't know if I'm ready to go out and start talking to somebody about saving right now. I don't know if that's really my niche. I've got to get somewhere, and I've got to understand that what I've decided to make a treaty with. And this is what it was. The two kings had made a treaty. And King Ahab, if you read the story of him, he was a wicked old king. He was a wicked old king. His wife, but he was a wicked old king. And so what had happened, he had started making this treaty with this king. And the king had gone into battle. And when you start making deals, when you start trying to, I don't really want to be and follow God's commandment. And I love the world, but I know that what the Bible says, but I love the world. When you start making those deals, when you start wanting to try to straddle that thing, when you start trying to say, you know what, I'm strong enough to be able to dangle here a little while, and I'm going to be all right to get on back in. But you don't realize when you start making deals with the devil ain't just going to be satisfied with just taking one. The devil ain't going to be just satisfied trying to just get your finances. The devil wants to get your wife, your children. He wants to mess with your job. He wants to mess with your finances. He wants to mess with your health. He only wants just a little bit. The devil ain't.
That's right. Amen. Amen.
Amen.
We have to start realizing that this thing is real.
Amen.
This thing that we call a Christian journey, it is a fight.
Yes, sir.
It is a battle. And so here it is. The treaty between these two kings. Surely Israel's defense had departed from them, or else the Syrians could not have marched. So here it is. Ben-Hadad's proud spirit, he had won. His proud spirit, he wanted to make an announcement. He wanted to let you know that I beat you, and that I beat you, and I want to go in and take. That's what verse 2 and 3 is. But even with that, even when he had done that, sent the message, told him what he needed to give, Ahab, because he had made this treaty, he went with it. He had no power to fight against it. The reason is when you start making treaties with sin, you take yourself out of the protection, the divine protection of God. When you get out of the divine protection of God, you become vulnerable. We've all seen the shows of Animal Kingdom and how there's a pack of deers, and they're all just kind of grazing and doing what they need to do. And you see their old enemy, the lion, sitting in the weeds, saying, feeding this old fleshly body and trying to stay with the desires of this world. When we start trying to make banquet alley treaties with the devil, we get out of the protection of God. We become vulnerable. And that's what happened to this old king, Ahab. Ahab was a king who had prepared and had been believed that his silver and gold belonged to the god of Baal. You see, he had been, I told you that the king Ahab was a bad man, and he had been doing some bad things. But see, when he did that, he said, listen, if he had not, by sin, wronged his own conscience, if he had set that against him, he could not have been made such a mean surrender. Guilt dispirits makes them cowards. He knew Baal could not help. I want to know, what God are you worshiping? What God do you believe that is greater?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Listen, Ahab had went to this false god, Baal, and had made and thought that Baal was the god in gold and silver. And what he had did is he had gone away from the one true God. And so he had got himself in a battle. And instead of, going to God, asking God for forgiveness, he surrendered.
Yes.
He would rather give it up